all my life, together with that of my wife, until I left office, schooling, officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you can go and look into every bank account and to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny anywhere in any bank in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help, etc. So having no account, oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world. Anybody help me? It's not for myself. I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking, painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18, plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation.
It's only MPP. Now more party ayayati opposition. Yet me bonyo sa. Mo wa bemu montime nsa. Ye bonyo ma no ma yese. Ya kwaka no obi abeka kire yese. Koko enam kwaka anka mbenya asem no. Say koko obi ye MPP aba fa free 470. E di aba 3001. Obi di aba 2005 on sent you omoka. Now what to obi say on konko to omofa. Akoya 2500. E do so say 3001.
Mama kuti amma do Muhammad kuti do Muhammad kuti do Muhammad dia gana karni hali kasi siwiza ahwalbu ka dances ahwalbu doors ahwalbu oi kamango ahwalbu ma do Muhammad niya ko ba mwampu ya juma wahalankwa oi do Muhammad titiyalle do Muhammad kinswa da tanso yira ku wala ka tafi kinswa tananza mbwambo atasamawa ma do Muhammad oi John kuti John
Munufie Politics Ghana make we talk Munufie Politics, Yerika no kware. Munufie Politics.
So Busia, you're back again on the debate with Munufie. And then send a die and no. Your Bible boy Juma. Yeah, but Kevin Taylor, a fear pokuya and Tokano. You will patre, Contocano, I mean, yes, to CBC. Now say lawyer Maurice Ampaw. I be joining the race, no. And I'm crew for be wound to me radio sa chem kwao sa tem kwao akobe na se chere omo nyina ba be join it na chale entokwana aye pinso tokwana ye de entokwana me nyaso se be si ene ye be body style bi abi okobo East Regional NDC chairman o hono fe chairman style bi abi UNESCO se be body style bi abi tiabusia montumo bo na adwuma no hey, Charlie Rigus. Mama, yen shasi na fedie, yen kansem.
Mama kuti
Your mama kuti ukote bacho. Wow, tell some mama can wait mama me the deep explanation of some mama eka. Before we start, NPP seems not to understand the game of politics. As I grow, a woman so. Now, grown a woman so, I don't even know when it's coming to an end. Because politics, we use politics to develop a nation. We don't build individuals politically. So sometimes when I hear people say, oh, be political career, but we have said there be politics, and you'll be a career. We too much obey mind. That is how I personally understand politics. This is when you're ready say, oh, but some of you don't come to politics. And then they be anybody about politics. My wife say, oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. My young Kawasem. Ukomi kuruma bosom bi ho bosom ye monidi uboni di po bekum. So why be say politics about no ye mo di wom dia mesero ene we bosom ko pe wa bi kotena. Na obia wo ye NPP ni. Na obia wo say NPP ya Santeman party. And former President Kuffour Yenkanasem, you are mistaken because Kuffour availed himself to become a president. And for that matter, no, the good side of her and the bad side of her, it is some people within the political landscape of the country might praise Kuffour, some also might criticize him. That is what politicians do. That is why we call them politicians. But it seems to say when you criticize somebody's shortcoming, there are some people in the society, they think they are not ready to accept that. Emubi ene Afia Poki. Afia Poki si won tese Kevin Taylor akoka former President Kuffour asem. Inti atemdie ene onidi Kevin. When Kevin came back to respond to her say Dabi, I am not addressing Kuffour as a person. Me tie nsema Kevin Taylor kan pa. Or say he is not addressing Kuffour as a grandfather, Kuffour as a father, or Kuffour as John Agyekum Kuffour, but he is addressing Kuffour as the former president of Ghana. This is a very serious statement. Minima de going to be so on Tiasi. Lo and behold, a few poku as on Tiasi, Tinsema Oveka.
They know I am more, no, because Atem is all intended to divert attention from the critical issues, no. It was a Ghana for Muninamu, baby. Abronye or Massa Cochino, a massive diversionary taxes.
Well, maybe a few poku are starting free back. A few poku no, who is supposed to be a journalist. A journalist, you're supposed to educate and inform and sometimes entertain. Into what Kevin Taylor show or combining all these three things, he educates people, he informs people, and then sometimes he brings on jokes to entertain. I fear Pokuya being say, my cousin also a lawyer. Say when you utilize section 29 or say a political diversionary tactics, into Kwame Abronye, or what did the judge at terminal? I fear Pokuya say, oh no, he diverted attention no. From Adia Abayano Eye. Enti ude tiensema obeto aso aka.
They know I am more, no. Because Atem is all intended to divert attention from the critical issues, no. It was a Ghana for Muninamu, baby. Abronye or Massa Cochino, a massive diversionary taxes. Apologizing to President Kuffour just to divert attention, Tino. Was I the Atem call another level? Me say a diversionary at President Kuffour doesn't need anybody's apology. Because in your Captain Smart, because in this case, Captain Smart was all right. Okay. But then this person wants to justify him as they say they are quite high for you up. per se a man quite no did somebody who claimed they say 7 cremophone in our corano yet obi the pepanato now a person claim it is out on your year. And I had your fighting with it, and tough will be no there. Imagine so be maybe to say me, I'm Yasantin and I'm Bejana, and I'm a cast and tough won't be there. And by now, and there's a whole national uproar. But on no, of course, our rights. So be Zambia, be no declare or Francophobia, so me and tough no do your matter. No can and tough will be the Omajimini. How can you even do that? Why should this even be allowed? And NDC foot soldiers are trying so hard to justify this. CM4 be my means you only did attempt. And like I'm saying, nobody has been able to call the person to order because NDC for Nankasa Ajia to say, I may old data be. Anyele Mokonyele. Be an edda, a war Mokonyele. I old data be Neda war Mokonyele. And who their own patch of crowd koda, or be tomorrow, Kojusona koda. But then you come to another level where also say, yeah, more can I justify Tendidiano and a President Kuffour say, and Obi, now Obi, I had Fatina Kodi Obi Atema. What has that got to do with just President Kuffour? How does that justify the fact that Sahaja Fatim Pone and Pampo say, Waka Kodi Obi Atema? And if President Kuffour was saying, Haja Fatina Bush and any President Kuffour, Haja Fati, never President Kuffour. There's no correlation. Politics here, we grow, we mature. And Ghana politics will be there advances over the years. We've matured and we've grown. We've matured and we've grown. And to say, I'm maturely a grower. This is no time. I was here, small be. So many do be at all their own suman for granted. My argument is that Nipan is an agent of NDC. Because agents of NDC chess or your party member, agents of NDC chess by your conduct. What I said, what Jinipana Tunsa will endorse it because number 1, you've not dissociated yourself. Number 2, you've never condemned it. Number 3, you've never said Nipa where you kasa mayeyo. And this person, the relationship between you and that person. And on one minute a little bit or more, social media moody at them. Because what did even that day, Captain Smart Kasai or Kasai Emperor President Kuffour, Captain Smart was so civil. Me they were me name Captain Smart for years. For the first time, Captain Smart bred a voice as it. Captain Smart, I mean, no, he will not do that for anybody. But on one, I'm sure that he anticipated that Abronye will be the atom. Captain Smart said that lower and the voice, not wait the Pacho. Now what they want, and then he proceeded to give you evidence. Oh, say President Kuffour in your way, and they completed it. It just to arrogantly and being the typical bully and ignorant person, person of Agyekum say when the person has been found out, expose you. They all can't against President Kuffour, no correct. They all didn't attempt it's insensitive, it's unconscionable that will be a wheelchair at his age. Now at that Lumba Grody, 62 no year. Now the President Kuffour 80 plus not in come no or wheelchair man. Now one say, me papa could not even get to President Kuffour age no year. Me papa when do President Kuffour age no year. At the most, seriously, say President Kuffour decide age, which any news. But again, because you are exposing, say human physiology, anatomy, what they will form, won't say when I say because human anatomy is not dependent on your wheelchair, how you be any brony or jogging because and completely inaccurate and ignorant. You are exposing, but on person of Agyekum say you are exposing it, also the cassette and a Captain Smart and a Captain Smart doesn't need your respect. What I said, what Captain Smart said was accurate, he was on point, and we are standing 10 toes down on business. We'll continue to expose him. You say, atem di diani what diverted from why TikTok so Coco Joshua Bemoso and the call why President Kuffour.
I don't know. Minim da. Former President Kuffour, Fiepokuya say, onye ne kasamafo, on kasamano. So if you think that somebody is insulting President Kuffour, why do you want to align that person with NDC? Me say that say. Still insists say Kevin Taylor kasama NDC for oh Fiepokuya, Mr. O kasama why? Say see o kasa why am na o kasamano? Just tell me so. I speak for this person, and I when I bomb President Kuffour, we are the spokesperson. Se kwajo sheldon to no officer committee like kaseti na kwajo sheldon is obe responde and I say who afie boku ya is obe responde e de kwajo sheldon I don't mean to say as a senior mini o kan typical anibere pa and nipa na ye saying a lot of things at the same time. Say buying them money, home money, and I'm a coach kwamba for Abronye, me pacho. Muntie tre for na bra ye chicho mono. Na buy no bon home money and so bon home money. Or hinema ban news and why you coach in na buy no bon home money and now bon home money. And you the same law in the edition kwamba for Abronye. And as a marana if you pokuya, who was a lawyer and said the for beginning baby and marani different. And when it goes to another person, different. I don't get it. At the end of would you supposed to Kevin Taylor on President Kuffour? Kuffour Hotel, is it true or is it false? Come and debunk all these kind of things. But sometimes when you people sit down and always say, we are Santinity, anything about Asante 4, this is what you're going to defend it here. That is not how we build a society. We need to move on from tribalism now. One with team too much. Tribalism on Kwan. When are you going to stop all these kind of things? There are more kind of now collaboration, but we know also address the issues. Because I saw Kevin Taylor say, Kuffour Kotor medals $1.4 million. Is it true or false? These are things I think any reasonable person needs to come about and say, who expose Kevin Taylor? Why expose why? Who expose Obia? Because that is politics. He says this, you say that, then you do that, he says this, then you come to conclusion. No reasonable person be in the community. Our Ghana, not be mudahono, will listen to who if you pokuya, no will take Kevin Taylor, no kofa documents, Abra Kuffour the president, no. Then you pana be say, is it true or false? Yes, suppose you, and you say, Madam, and you party. NDC is a political party. So if somebody decides to speak for or speak against NDC, it is that person's right. So does Kevin Taylor have the right to criticize former President Kuffour or not? Man come confirm to say, your mama na body power. And you don't bring in NDC near that you say you be associated and I be disassociated from Kevin Taylor's utterances or his message. It is up to him. If Kuffour thinks that some kind of Kuffour knows what to do because Kuffour is also a lawyer. And he knows what to do. And you don't need to come and speak for former President Kuffour. Because so far as I know, no, Obiani Kuffour, we are criticizing Kuffour's administration, not Kuffour as a person. Get this fact. It is a Captain Smart because say Kevin Taylor got it all right or wrong. It's up to Captain Smart to his also integrity. As to say, you are not the person to come and determine Neobiaka and then yes, we don't do things like that. I mama Ghana no kura yetino I say I need giving opportunity bia timamunini benyano e tribalism no dey especially people from Ashanti region. Everything about you is tribalism. Madam fo Ghana ne so na no fe boku ya oti ho e ma NPP communicator ko tena TV so ko ka say Ghana yine Asante for dia na other tribe nya ho na de mo dey na wo ka fa ho. And I wouldn't say I know the intimate incite the whole nation. But rather than when somebody goes after former President Kuffour as a person, they are, or not Kuffour as a person like Kuffour, but Kuffour as the former president. Also, on tell you, me boy. Ghana 50 Kuffour time ye. What was the budget? Kuffour to medals and answer to medals no. What was the budget? Come and say this kind of things. Until me expose you, NDC for na ball pa. Madam for NDC party no, ewa bemu. NDC party no, ewa bemu. Abas do read this men can just muntie break na mu adwuma ye.
Enti MPP for there. Mamu nunu mo ho mamu na adam na oni MPP ni bia kasa. Power will change and the future is pregnant. Na say mo no a se bi moda form no. Mo na mo sa ebo obi a wo mia wo kon ne ntre ha. Obi tie ne ye o. Obi wa wo da form no a se bi yam nya wo kon mo ni ha han no. Yes. Ona wo se kasa wo die jai na me sorry a wo be hu dia me de be ye wo. Wo be ye din ya se obi ade san na se bi ono yere be da. Se nke she utrim.
She utrim. And if you think it's also with the same channel, the same opportunity, in some Kevin Taylor can go and debunk it, bring out the facts. Because Kevin Taylor shows documents. If you also document where for document bra. Okay, say but me quarter beside also you and I were not there no. This is not you and I were not there. You and I were there. Kuffour administration ye hu ye. Nti fa wo de bra. Amunya de na moto ama ya na nipa kora bremo. Edi ansem ni abusia channel ye the debate with Munufie mama yenko ye nim na ne ye wadwuma ye pa alright abusia yenko ye nim na lawyer Maurice Ampaw poka sa kwa no o se jo mama we ni obeko Togo lawyer nya nko Togo John Wayne ya ibisa na wose agoro na wodi. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw say ono oko join afia poku ya poki afia poki. Na dia Kevin Taylor ye no onte ase enti we dey tie nsema Lawyer Maurice Ampaw ebeka we are you go back and I'll prove to you say the man he doesn't even know what he's talking of.
And then the Supreme Court have allowed Kevin Taylor to come before them after one short to their own colleague who is currently court appeal judge. We didn't attempt at good and mercy. I didn't judges know her. Kevin Taylor have insulted all the members of the bench. Only in your job do attempt and muma not threaten or more. A man did not to be cast on himself, the kind of things Kevin Taylor have said about the judiciary. Rubbish of when they say Tokonu insulted the current Supreme Court judges, humiliated them, exposed the judiciary to public hatred and contempt. Only for Kevin Taylor to come to Ghana, giving presidential protection. They didn't call Supreme Court, no. The judges who sat on the matter, nobody questioned Kevin Taylor. Say, look, you are here, fine. Although it's a contempt matter. Law knows was on your side because that judge should have given you notice. But at least, catch it. The kind of things you are saying. Because see, the tell make us and say, Chairman want to meet judge now, old in a semen, and I'm a say judges from television. The judges watch social media. Because the chairman want to meet judge and say, when they listen to television, social media, and this other manner, people lambast the judiciary. But the same judge I forgotten to say Kevin Taylor is leading the charge. And all the Supreme Court judges know, they know what is happening in the country. They are citizens. They watch social media. They know the impunity of Kevin Taylor, but when he appeared before them, they pretended not to see him. And they granted him his request. The gentleman call here. He was escorted and then given presidential treatment and left. And this person is suspecting everybody in the country, and the judiciary is not acting. The police is not acting because, oh yeah, or come at you. This boy, Kevin Taylor, this stupid, useless boy, Kevin Taylor, is blackmailing the government of the day. Mama cannot act because information we are rough about damage you. But apart from Lawyer Ampaw, that Kevin Taylor cannot damage me. He cannot handle me. Because to handle more because he has their secret videos, their sexual videos, or scandals. He knows what he has done with them. So this little government cannot handle them. And then Kevin Taylor add the judiciary. Or to be dead judiciary. He said it on his platform, said, or what judges, but for Bonnie, normal. When he went to court and lost the father's case, the father could sue FIFA for defamation, and the case was thrown away, dismissed. Kevin Taylor Bufuye Beka say, "Wa Fred Bafo Bonnie Amman the one say he should talk to that judge." IGP the whole dampare we didn't attempt mama. Agbanmabi Kevin Taylor didn't attempt rough. Sam George Mo ho hena otumfo ochihimi asofo. Oh my God, this boy is insulting, and our judges in this country, you don't see, you don't hear. Want to be there, want to be there, the case there, and the mutie. When somebody talk about it, and when they just are hearing. But Kevin Taylor, what Kevin Taylor is doing, to the sense saying German to be case, no, Kevin Taylor is prejudging the matter or to social media, and he's telling the judge that he should hurry to judge German to be, and then they're content. They are not seeing it. You see, when you read, if you do these things, God is the ultimate judge. The judiciary, the judges in this country, you are not the ultimate judge. You can jail people with the human right, but God will jail you. God will deal with you. No. Members of the bench. I'm telling you before God, man. You think that if you have the power and you can decide to change people's destiny, jail. But spiritually, when you are jailed, because if you sit in a country where Kevin Taylor and NDC can insult, but nobody can also insult. Today, Kevin Taylor is talking nonsense. It's provoking everybody. If you do, it comes after you. Why albatross in the neck of the nation is directing government affairs from US, and we have social media bullies. They bully everybody. NDC people are bullying everybody. They talk anyhow. Social commentators and bloggers, NDC bloggers, commentators, NDC pastors, NDC, like that's we friends say, but also for Odro, and no lead the church. Can't was assem did them into your so far. Omo NDC for Juma Odro. See, no what did amatem. Now your friends say almost media houses. They are dealing with everybody. You know, they insult Radio XYZ. They are insulting everybody left and right. If you go to the social media, NDC people are there insulting. President Mama and NDC and the national security don't listen. Attorney General is ready. No let pressure cry. Oh.
Well, President Kuffour, you have no moral right to talk against others. You are worse. What will say? Lawyer, Papa, what my main address is a lawyer Maurice Ampaw. Meaning he's a lawyer. Also saying a lecturer or child law. Is now accusing Kevin Taylor on your lawyer say. Kevin Taylor, ekasetia judges in the country. Na judges na hwe ni din am odidi o matem timi ba Supreme Court. Ebe didi o matem yan fa contempt to crunch no. Lawyer ni na ekasa no. E pa cho. Oh, sometimes you know they tend to forget a lot of things. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw no is now jumping onto a fear Pokuya's bandwagon say he does not understand why or accept why Kevin Taylor akasetia former President Kuffour Kevin Taylor akasetia a judge and you know lawyer Maurice Ampaw no say on tiasie me pacho yem ko on Laws in TV ni enko bisa lawyer Maurice Ampaw na nkasa say Ghana judges no what say Kevin Taylor akasetia omo no wo ye lawyer ni a you understand the ethics of the law. Because court to honor one ura de bia unim say o kaseti ajaja you are the person as a amount of punishment. Na Ghana judges no omudi atentene ni anazo omudi atenchia e tie lawyer Maurice Ampaw.
Hey, what judges be so no moye. Oh. Case ba.
Oji Maurice Ampaw ne be kira de judges na ye case ba ni omoye. Ye wie ye bisa say one Kevin Taylor. Why na kaseti judges tie.
Hey, what judges be so no moye. Oh. Kesi ba oji ni anasem ye de na waji ni anasem nye de no owia no ebu asem na ma ni anasem nye de no wa friend ya anasem nye de ne say ho me sheda ma kwasa judgment enti no mo nkwa appeal mo point am de be wi ni judgment ni ni enti no wa asem nye de no someone no wa ye ojuma ma o na wa asem nye de no so wa so to a I am judges
yes who court and you are with judges judges review or jiha
you
na no de na asem nye de no wa chire bua ne bem
you
na wa ba dia odi guys odi bi odi for no say asem no me sheda
you
and me bua
Obakacho say there is order from above. I say impedifu bi afre no the pressure aton so it case no political motivated influential enti no pressure na enti na yes but what said that I say no
enti ko appeal
no my point now what say these are the loopholes it will ko appeal now ko win here na they say mutu no de mutia ya doa
that's why we only win now said you're winning first no if you say on the woman is can do any
sawate lawyer ni ne kasa sa no enya carpenter we enya mason o se Ghana judges omudi nkwase asem na judge no tibitena ho na ono na je bribe lawyer ni ne kasa sa no enya me na me kan lawyer Maurice Ampaw na kan o se Ghana judges eje bribe obaji we die nipa mienu di asem kwa oji we die na waji we die na wa di atem no achia no means omudi atentene ne no omudi atentene ne ho omudi nkwase asem that was his words no maji sikana wi na wase afre we won che ka je say me shere ne di asem na this is a loophole fa kwa appeals court kwa obedi bem o se Ghana judges omudi asem mo for ma bi na di e power bi firi soro e na kire omade omundi tie ne bi be bia wan tie zema na wo ka no
me wa judges bi so no moye oh case ba oji ni anasem ye de na waji ni anasem nye de no owia no ebu asem na ma ni anasem nye de no na wa friend ya anasem nye de ne say ho me sheda ma kwasa judgment
say what say kwasa judgment and judges ne de ma they are corrupt. Maurice Ampaw lawyer ni mu ya ene ono be kasa Kevin Taylor mum ne kasa tia judges Lawyer ni ese wonka wo de Kevin Taylor e ka say tia judges are. You have to put him on the right no. You sat on national television telling Ghanaians say judges e Ghana and they are corrupt. And then we won kai. Lawyer office yenkai. Every single thing lawyer Maurice Ampaw any NPP for Mokembe and we are documenting them. We put them there. You hide it. Dachi wo so be kotogo ni nyina ye be ba akire. What does it Ghana? And na odi Ghana judges atem. Na nkwa ma wo client ne de wo be kasa Kevin Taylor mum e na kasa tia judges apa wa na da so no wo de e na da so no they say why na kasa tia judges wo say Ghana judges they are corrupt akwa we kwotena asante mamu wontumi TV so ka kira asante hemfo say o me ya akromfo omo ton asase ba ko di bebe 10 omo wi amanfo yerenom omo ye monatofo ye rapist in brofokasa lawyer nimu ya ekotena o kan asem no kire asante hemfo and then he is talking about insult hwe akwa we won kai asem and then lawyer nimu ya dey ka kire say nyankopon ene ye judge na Ghana judges nyankopon be punish omo because they shouldn't think say omo the nipa bi na di asem lawyer nimu ya akwa we wunya asem na kofa na ubedi for because lawyer ni onje mmara na o man no mu eni say nyankopon ene ye judge. This is the most reckless statement I have ever heard coming from somebody as a lawyer telling us God is the ultimate judge. Oh yeah, boa unim nyansa lawyer ni nkasasa. Instead of addressing the issue, you are telling us a judge for jiha no media kwasi asem no media chiano. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw. You know, when you sit to address this kind of people, always they will give you the opportunity to insult them. We won't. They do that sentiment. They don't go so also to Asante for TV so and okay. Akwabi ese fene sa achemkwa o sa achemkwa akwabi na say ye che no ti onso ne de.
Kevin Taylor. Sa wonimu a.
Hey, Kevin Taylor abere de. Hey, asemo. Ni pa ba ko pe. Ore ti onso ne de.
Kevin Taylor. Sa wonimu a. Ghana health insurance na aye touch mine pe ana na wo touch mine ana na wo man pani da ko for penso ana health insurance ko Ghana for na bia
oh tra odi onima se ma woka health insurance didn't start from Techiman, it started from Onkransa. Onima se ma woka onim he's just there and ya kan kire no and he says obi taking the time akwa research no onya research. Oh, me problem with this so-called journalists, no. Any idea we they don't learn. Self-insurance started from Techiman. It started from Onkransa. Under Rollins and a pilot to health insurance. Rollins. That time I hear pilot. Let me read something to you. Me don't call the Hansard of Ghana's Parliament. 27th of January 1999, Parliament. Dr. Kuffour Tiasimo Okaye, the then NPP MP, and Sema Okaye about health insurance or use terms. Terms or use you know. I mean, me who me joti be down somewhere. And Sema Okaye and say health insurance no enya de ebeye ye. If you could have the source of funding and not President Rollins then Edebano was on chance say yeah the VAT kura and the best of getting health insurance. I mean, who that particular quotation now? I on some point okay. You know, these kind of people they don't learn. Instead of say because say the journalism no Ghana now. I say they don't go to school and then they are not learning. And the papa no question the seriousness and then the clarity or the funding approach of NDC's health insurance policy. Dr. Kuffour okay, no. I just don't want to quote him verbatim. Dr. Kuffour, President Kuffour Nuyano, San okay. This is 1999. If I got the date very right, I think the 27th of January 1999. Oko Parliament debater or Hansard him. Akwa we with him. Onima se man omoka. And so he is sitting down saying, Kevin Taylor, health insurance, President Kuffour na bed there be. Yeah, President Kuffour na yenisa. A Rollins and a pilot nationwide. Even President Kuffour kwara dey no the buy no, it was limited. A former president at a mills and a bay national. Emma ukita card na utimi yare, ukita card wa akra ukukuma se utimi di adwuma. They don't read. They don't learn. Now there my mon sem akwa ne ka obo se akwa no ase na dwen wo fam. Na dwen wo fam.
Kevin Tele say woni mu a Ghana health insurance na aye touch mine pe ana na wo touch mine ana na wo man padi da ko fo pen so ana health insurance ko Ghana for na bia say woni mu a o bi sase ye nche wade ba ko man padi da ko fo ye ya wade ni sabasi de bo say o na sha ase no wie ya me say health insurance man padi da ko fo ana de baye Kevin Taylor woni mu a me kirew youth employment and Malik Basin talent eje bia wo yadwuma ho no I am pagide da kofo and the youth employment e baye se wodi mu ameka kirew Kevin Taylor school feeding program and ekoso men kola ntimi nya bi ekoso school nya duane die no I am pagide da kofo and the baye se wodi mu ameka kirew Kevin Taylor Metro Mass Transit ya na say Amampani John Dramani Mama the minister of transport so ekofa bi free say Egypt say ba ya on be piano krom ha no ayamampani da kofo and the Metro Mass Transit e de ba ye Kevin Taylor say woni mu ameka kirew basic school from crèche ekopim junior high school free no ayamampani da kofo and de ba ye say woni mu na wo besua nyansa na wadwen am wadwen mo da ho na sabe wabani pati biamu a enkase ntia papa ne da e wabrabom na sabe wosi na wo no wosi no abasesa tibuase no ene mpadifo na sabe wo magimi omnim nyasa na wo muta wa kira wo gimi no o ne kofo nya pe wo ne kofo enya pe me katira wo me de mu atufo bo ene na matufo ne na me katira wo se jai nyawo ye no na sabe pabiasa Jimmy for kwa no okada no tomwa ye bunyansani se woni mu ameka kire wo what the one
akwa we say Jimmy for kana no tomwa ye bunyansani nam so yo waya de se wo kan wano ituma ke bebu nyansani kakra 1992 constitution ye twere na NPP for nka ho free compulsory universal basic education in 1992 constitution. Akwa woni ma de. Sometimes you know when you follow this kind of people how ho sa. Hey, asemo. Hey. And somehow can in NPP as a party na de omunim rebranding. Obeto ade a no obesese di no. Obeto ade a no obesese di no. Oh, we sit up because sometimes udi we much here. It's like they are not learning. Journalists kasa tientium nanka wape time now they hear research. Under Rollins, sa Metro Mass Transit na wakano. Kuffour se send dini keke na buses ni bi order then time na ye tata buses. Akwa we onima de. Onimhwe. You know what I say? More the level of education, the opportunity. Obe show say yeah. Go back, do a little bit of research, and then learn something. You say once you you'll be misinforming yourself, thinking say you're going to fool the people, but rather you are rather misinforming yourself. And the former President Kuffour, adia oye and say, Tata Bass in buy Kuffour free UK banner. And on the Britain for years or moment that double-decker buses maybe. By that time, under the laws of the country, also go UK, bus steer is right. Or the bus driving a UK driver no, at right, and a Ghana said and it left. So when Kuffour was bringing those buses now, they still and right he quickly made sure say Parliament ebe yemra and no change law no ba Ghana say kind of buses or those type of cars and still and right ultimate drive Ghana. So when they were making those laws, and no change dino. And on the Metro Mass Transit, akwa we him. Well, they need to go back and learn. But who do much here? Every day, NPP for no, where akwa we no one say that here, die nyano. Na. Yeah, already yango for won't be TV. Me nyeso say nyanse ni biti ho. I say illiteracy nkwan was on my lie recus and although muguho and I just say almost 2 foot long go santifo any hey Mariam said they behave like animals foot long now win him NPP before I mean time to ma me ba ko be kire wa de NPP for ye o say NPP for mo do minimum sa
it's only NPP na mo no party ayaya ti opposition yetimi bonyom sa mo wa abemu mo ntime nsa ye bonyom anu ma
we o kasa akomisi nipa ama nipa beto ba ma lagi 38 o ti ni oka
it's only NPP na mo no party ayaya ti opposition yetimi bonyom sa mo wa abemu mo ntime nsa ye bonyom anu ma yese ya ko
awura di yankopon eja dia we na NDC ya committee ma power ya boa nipa no kasa convince nipa desani say o meto ba ma lagi 38,000 opposition mu mutim bonyom sa na government in power enti bonyom sa because the government is serious person anya agudie e na president we ne ye osoro ahemamu ye de gidigidi na ekọ ye mfa agoro na ekọ na agoro we de awura di yankopon NPP party papa ba ko de kura se won ye NDC for kwa power o me panish NDC for onu be hunu NDC for ti no
NDC for no mo mpa ye ho sa temu daba no mo party ne beko sa oh yes o mo party no ani atemu da ne beko enti sa pa no mo ti Ghana ha no mo free power o be ye mo bose o be ye mo bo I'm telling you o me party o me kasa me so what I say when a di ni party say NDC for o Ghana ha na me pese me call when a di NDC for Ghana for time say NDC for omo Kevin Taylor Mahama ani na Jane photo na bonachi ene wo di mpanyimfo atem krumwa ano de ne refi o to the sense no achi ya hwa tenia wo di president Kuffour Mahama photo ni na Jane photo ene bonachi a o the platform so di atem obra we di judges for Ghana ha nyina atem oba Ghana ha omo kofa ne bagana ade ne ko gina court jai no se won fa na sem nko ade ma de na bae ade no asom na yeden mo na mo chen Kuffour se di atem ena na Kuffour so amasa ena omo de yemo ena mo sase amusu won se na de obetena ha ena obi akodi du yatem obi akodi ede na asem ne kan che na nado de ba asem ne kan che no so ya kretia Nebukadnezar omo de na nado photo no omo de kretia tenten wenum omo na man koda ne ye mo na mo man koda ne ye omo ye Dr. Baumia ne de preko ne de bia kuta no ni nyina krom ha ne si ye Captain Smart wo boni din whatsapp radio so e ka che so obi obeto ma MPP bia o ya boa onim nyansa e krom ha ne koso ni nyina kwa ko refi
no can we na bas no reason say or advice the man NPP for na wo that form no wo ka say NDC pa yen tre ko nyanso confirm say atemu da baba nyansa wo ba power wo be panish NDC for enti advice abas no din the man NPP for
enti NPP for there mamu nunu mo ho mamu na adam na oni MPP ni bi akasa power will change and the future is pregnant na say mo no a say bi mo da form no mo na mo sa ebo obi a wo mia wo kon ne ntre ha obi tie ne ye o obi wa wo da form no a say bi ye mia wo kon mo ani ha han no yes ona wo say kasa wo die jai na me sorry a wo be hu dia me de be ye wo be ye din ya se obi ade san na say bi wo no yere be da say ke hye utrim ena ye kodie wu nso anke ye nkra what you say obi ani ho a wo kokuni pa o krasa me kokuni pa ye dey aba what you say endu de ne ya wo opposition say una power de o de be ye de nkama na nya de ye hye utrim
o opposition enya de o papa say wo so hu na nipa na ono no kita power no say de obabu waku because say me nya wo da for me mia wo kon wo so wo sorry a me hu ade be me na oba dey sorry say ne o sorry da chale anyway we see for party we can hope you can be so wu me pa cho so we nursing student this particular link here made that to screen so the app and etwa go screen so app when you use more questions na mo de final exams ni nyina no was so app no Nurse Prep Ghana. Enti you go www.nurseprepghana.online ubenya this particular app. Na app no ti meboa e ma otimi sua ade. It is built purposely for nursing students. Enti ade a mesero odo hoji ma be boa pa. Enti they just download, or you can use it even offline, but I won't download it here. You know, it works perfectly like that. And that is something I would advise. We will be download this particular app. The link in our comment section of this particular video, and you're going to find also the same thing at the description of this particular video. nextprepghana.online. Log in, it works very, very, very well. Mama channel debate with Munufie. Wait, make a short Munufie Politics.
Munufie Politics. Ghana, make we talk. Munufie Politics,
all right, Munufie Politics. No kwane come. I mean, kind 1 or 2 messages be about. Rico say, bro, I think Untumi TV and the stations are closed. So how are they still sending and spewing garbage? I think they stream online. If I get it right there. But actually, they don't know anything. NPP never again. NPP they say nyade baba power more. NPP ma power bim. President Cook's lies. You went to town with the insult in 2016. They've forgotten very, very soon. Sometimes in Kuffour will do much here. Sana obey. Cloud 1425 said the Maurice Ampaw lawyers' licenses should be revoked. That one day, my cousin on one lawyer papa. Meaning baby will call law school. I also signed there. Emily, if you have a there. Rest for the way. Please like and share. Yeah, actually, moment liking and share now. After so and some can be wrong. Messages in the bill have me patches or message both for my so you can also prompt me. Na afedi my afam. Inti mama yenko yenim. Kwame Bafa Abronye eba newsum abra Abronye ko pie court na court kan ni chims Abronye enko. Na onko dani bi ne ho. Confirm say be di asem na wie. Now, when as usual, NPP communicators have started to do jandam with Abronye na ese onko dem no. Na me bobo one video bi a kire wo. NPP ni atwe camera si nanim. E be kire Abronye dana ese onko dem no. No abelinki to this particular administration. Abesem futuru egu omo anka so party for nani. Tini woka.
So there are videos that are viral on social media. MPP, Abono Regional Chairman Abronye, is seen in the company of heavily built armed police officers. Police kuku. Now, we show videos. Now, my caption is Chairman Abronye has been re-arrested. There be antisa, and as will be re-arrested. And someone made the munch the move what actually happened. Into video no like and a shame. Now for friend being share. Nitia seminar maybe year very important. So when Chairman Abronye sorry free on one kasani fee, a jare woni fee, a shot idea. And then the lawyers copy mu or court. Now court or copy mu it has to do with Kwebua. And this year by Eddie Abonne said we're missing informing the public. Or cause of fear and panic. Now Samuel Chairman Abronye can into omode sa Kwedwi bonum. Or can say Adenta High Court judge, a political judge. Now, woko Adenta Honoma High Court no ye wum yinu na hono meaning say ye High Court judges me no ho. Wambo judge be adinu. Ba no kan ya ne say Adenta High Court judge no a political judge. And no NDC aban say misinform public no. Wa cause of fear and panic. To omoche no. Ano omu jai no. Ba omo di na kwa na court. Na Chairman Abronye call court no ana ne lawyers. Finally bill say your money bill, but a NDC abina a prosecute Chairman Abronye oppose bill no. Now omo argument omo make in opposition of the bill and then say so omo jai Chairman Abronye munti o mpasha asem munti omo say so omo jai Chairman Abronye obesanya kwa akoka sansem ni bi enti ma judge no e money bill ana judge no any prosecution NDC abina ya adene say enya de obema Chairman Abronye bill na tini na or remand Chairman Abronye to police custody till say ye be the case ni every no then a final judgment aba. I'm telling you how absurd it is, how preposterous it is. Say you say ye judge Chairman Abronye man Kuffour asem wo kan say judge be a political judge no ba ko kan pim enti ya remand no to police custody till say ye be the case na every. And yes, I remand them because it's all about obstructing a investigation. And yes, he remanding because say or yeah flight risk. And yes, he remanding because say obetinya cause any harm to investigation na cause one even witness prosecution witness be and yes sir. But they say asem na o kan ya omu gina so de ne betina court no ye jai na obesinya kwa akoka biem nti ya remanding into police custody. Say o say ye bedi asem na wie. And you see, here lies the case say asem no yen sha se NDU. In fact, asem no ensha ase kra data omo be sha asem na ase kra no judge no set up that date. But ya remanding so see be di asem na wie and omo reason ne say ade na wo kan ya e di ne be wie court for no obesia akwa biem. Now you see say mu jai ni pa akono na obesia akwa kan asem ne biem a would that not even help more prosecution no mu case. Say makwa akwi ade e ma na say makwa akwi ade we gina no so de makwa akugina court say ojami a o ma me be o a mesi akwa akwi ade biem enti wa remand me say ojami na me kwi ade biem a that will solidify your case. That will solidify your case for you to even get conviction. But munim ni enti NDC for one yes sir. Omunim say omu case na omo de akono. I say when misinforming the public, what cause fear and panic. Emueha. And ansha not to preempt a judgments and an as a sound prejudicial ansha no meant to mean secure conviction. Probably they have in their mind so much to mean secure conviction. And this idea yam punish chairman Abronye into before class case in a beshas no. Yaman in comfort that prison for a very long time. And this year, the case in year, now say, I'm in your favor, and still cry a punishing in the that. You're not to police custody, you're not to prison the that. And this year, your conviction crime and fire. And basically, they are trampling on the right of Chairman Abronye, and they are weaponizing the court. So the American what I say, and then NDC for income for judges on that. There were my gun and this if can say there are so many ways to kill a cat because I say court judgment then could ye mom will be answer. Sami Janfia no a communication in fact a communication officer man this. Me can say have tell a whole certain president their embassy inform the public. Such blatant lies say so people talk electricity prepaid or talk creditor si can call baumia hodom. And Kuffour food Dr. Baumia and Obianchi no. My leg was entirely to make us a Dr. Baumia prepuna. So outrage within the Muslim community. Obianchi no. But Chairman Abronye Akokase, a judge be a political judge and a yachino. I remanding it to police custody. Till say a case I ain't shas yet. Ye be dear, but me they make say NDC for no. I yet then move position. 2029 move opposition. Now some of these things, these laws, these structures, legal structures, judiciary structures, police setup, security apparatus. And the same thing that we would use to do worse things to you. There be a mekon, I have one ameshamo. Now meshamo boni bian so and I may country MPP for now. Mode I am my yamu. The MPP do on ye be a mobile back say we are not the same. Yanti say NDC for anti Munjain. Mo aya mo keka san kwase asem no dani duni eye west to NDC na obeka san sem hu na emfa hu ni nipa kwa oye wa MPP mu din emfa hu no opposition obeti wu ni twasere.
All right, so wote ho na onwe wo ho ko kase ti nkwase asem ni judge na ama nkwase decision enti bibeti ni twasere omoda say. But sometimes I play this kind of videos to educate them. Because mema dwimu no answer na won twe camera enyine wanim and record the video or post the video into or onto the public domain no wo de wa jimi kura no pe lawyer ni na bisa no say e dey na betimi aye the reason why they might decide to remand Abronye. You can call any lawyer and then ask them. And no betimi aboa. Abronye has been arrested and appeared before a court on similar reasons. Abronye no, well, the same thing. I think it's about 2 or 3 occasions. Amayache no, da. Any prosecution, whilst in court, no, will tell the judge say, akwa we no investigation ye or whatever but Mujayena he is going to repeat the same thing because the pattern of conduct he goes and do the same thing because Mujayena okwa the same thing and this is legal point based on Abronye's conduct. I am not saying it's Abronye different and Odebi more. That's not the position here. But I'm educating the public based on these kind of things. So here Akwabia and say news we ba out say there was this hunter Ukukun Abua ewo wura ma ye sentence in 3 years. Some people thought to say ahana okoye na ma ye chi no but he was first sentenced on that same thing. Na ya chi ne pen and then court. I'm on a warning and about fear. So when you repeat the same thing on similar offenses and the Uchiwa, it means a washer that's what it's answer money, and one obedi. And legally, Abronye, as he check based on this kind of decisions Abronye Nankasa take here. Because Abronye no a lawyer and a lawyer. So at least NPP lawyers, you could have advised him say, hey, Montomo, but the way I would dear terminal, because you are chill paying the court any amount of bill, we had the same thing. I deal with in your way the bail. So Krachi ya watch cameras you anima wo kasama Abronye no. Esanka utuno for semini e wako court ho pen. Ti e chewa ye be chewa ka ho. You know, but some of NPP for instead of advising their supporters, they don't do that. They don't do that. They get opportunity and they still use the same techniques because just the code ya mama advice ye chewa ye ba be you. Ye you are masa ye kwere ye nyiwa waka ho. Ye ba si ye be you ni entima nyiwa waka ho. No coach, Charlie. Oh, me dase, watching me live. Not massa, me dase. Emily, that kind of comparisons, Oh yeah, enye ye, but udi agro so abechi omunyi na. Desmond na namebwa. Udi agro abechi omunyi na. Because Abronye kaseti IGP na se fopen ama ya che no. E de na kopie court, e na ama ne bail. Sa asem ne yenkan wiye. And they say there was a bad round kwa be ti judge odi atem no. So on similar offense. But these offenses, Oko Act 29 a criminal offense. I had Abronye, my member said, who's a document na. Charge sheet in there, Abronye, no. Abronye. I had a copy somewhere. I'm trying to see if I can even get it and maybe possibly read it for you to hear. Charge it about Abronye. Nipo ebre no ento mo basi ensuya de NPP for that is what I think say. You people need to go and then advise your followers. Because the man yes are there. We have followers in Bibri. As a kwam ba Abronye 44 years. Abronye unyi and so okay camera si wenima. Judge na obenya na wadi na tem. Why na obenya wadi na tem. Obi obenya na biya no otwa abono. Yeni agoro sa because mine no ye de mra e na chichire mine no. Enti Abronye publication of false news contrary to section 2081 of the Criminal Code 1960 Act 29 the first in the 208 and about Abronye to buy no so once sa you meet him kotum people think say a defamation kwa that be it me do kotum because these are criminal offenses. I was trying to paste the whole thing no I had nanka can about it anyway it's something like that. Ese nipa no tonebo na mo man nipa na advice hey minua tobo because one tobo a ebe ha wadwen wow but odwe omo ho a onti ase and then the same people are trying to repeat almost similar things sa but anyway yenya omo say munsuya de ase mama sem e ti say o tena ba because e bia Kevin Taylor di atem tu su ko di bia wo be say Kevin Taylor ho akwa the prison because e bia onu di atem no na guide no with the law but wo be di atem no now what crosses here because at this guy you are at the end of the video no telling Nipa I'm meeting go after them. I don't know a threat. Wow. So they don't learn. Instead of them learning, they don't learn. NPP, President Cook said NPP simply want colonizers to come and rule us again. They lack the intellect to know that they are not or they will not be able to get away with a lot of bureaucratic corruption and the bureaucratic things they always do. Hey, President, I will with it. Just say, because I could be papa ni we and so First, now a taxi driver program, if I could be papa ni, no camera for pa, and I say, this time don't come out a NPP Nico Fenton. I was a Chinese movie. They don't come out. Now, should have another banner or edit it. Oh, now my master can. I say, anyway, I'm going to get the Regus, we have a call there. And that's how NPP before, that's how they've been operating. A patch send a an app, he said, we have a www.nestprepghana and you know boom .online. Okoha ubenyebi. Now they go over and then let's check and see how the app works. Because for me, my testing, how I'm testing here, everything works very, very, very well. Mental freedom. And then I feel no about an woman that I answer me in a few. Indiana can't tell me. Until log in onto the app and I won't tell me log in, my name and everything just came in. AI is built in. Over AI now. Ask Munufie. So you click on that particular AI now. You can ask any question from the AI concerning healthcare, health studies, or whatever. Then it's going to get you answers very, very easily. And I had a team on building this particular app at the moment. That is why I've decided to put it across into the Just visit that particular website. It's going to be. And as I say, any comments on the app, so what you see that you can also tell me. Now, affiliate. Now, former President Kuffour, my young Kubisa Rollins say, dear Pana Kuffour at the year. And they call the end of the day. Kuffour Rollins yere eyare no muhiamwa. Piadia Kuffour modieno.
Until I left all my life together with that of my wife, until I left office, schooling, officer, and until I left office in the year 2000, I never had a foreign account. Never. The CIA, the German intelligence, British MI5, your Italians, the French, all of you go and look into every bank account. And to tell the world whether my wife and I ever had $1, 1 penny anywhere in any bank in any part of the world before I left office. I never did. Interestingly, and it never occurred to me, I had no desire for it. The only time it struck me that I needed a foreign money was when my wife was ill. And it was a situation we could not deal in my country, in Ghana. You know, and we looked for the most affordable place, which was in a university in Europe. That was the first time I suddenly realized how naked I was in terms of, I couldn't even save my wife's life, a very noble lady who had been through trying times with me. That's when I started calling around the world, friends, can you help? Etc. So, having no account, oh, by the way, before I left office, we knew she was going to have this operation, so we had even put a little money aside. I think it was about $22,000 it was going to cost us. My wife is asthmatic, and over the years, it has developed its side effects, you know, both in her intestines and other complicated places. So it was going to be quite an expensive, this thing. And you listen to me carefully. I was looking around the world. Anybody help me? It's not for myself. I have no account. This is the address of the hospital. This is how much it's going to cost. I mean, it was the most shocking, painful experience I'd been across, that I could hardly get any assistance early enough. My government, who knew, the new government, who had taken over from me, who knew I needed help and that we had made preparations, refused. On the last day before we were to leave, she was supposed to be on the operation table on the 22nd of a certain month. 2 days before, that's when I got a letter from the president's office, a 3-page letter, conditions I had to fill, a whole lot of rubbish. We got a ticket, we flew to London. This president, or this man who was a president who had been in office for almost 20 years, 10 years, 18 plus whatever it is, 8 plus another 2, almost 19, 20 years. I had no dollar account anywhere, and I had to stop in London to borrow money from someone so that I could go and do my wife's operation.
At the end of this video, no, they in a Uhufa from Kuffour to Rawlings. And PP4. This is how you people have been operating. And then, if you say, on Tiase, say, Obekase Kuffour, and your accountability, ye amma on mine. Rawlings was a former president, and Rawlings Ghana 18, Rawlings really Ghana 19 years, was no need, or $20,000, no need, Edana, baby. If you go and ask former President Kuffour, say, can you attest, say, whilst a president, now we need $20,000 at any foreign account? It's up to all of us. Channel A, the debate with the Munufie, and then me debate there was this morning, I blame Atamels for all this. You should have jailed Kuffour and his people. Father for, and I go so next year, saying twice we. Father, I was for. About your I've been chilling in the comment section now, Aja China. I sent it was 7 p.m. sharp Ghana time. Yeah, baba. NPP 4 days on there, sir. And I bet you could in this system.
It's only MPP. Now more party I to opposition. Yet me born your mosa. More bemu, want to men sa. Ya born your man my say.
Echale, Munufie Politics. Oh, Jericho. Ghana, make we talk. Munufie Politics, Jericho no quarter. Munufie Politics, voice of the people. The people they talk, and I must rise. No fear, no silence, we go speak am. Who go talk am? Munufie. Who go shake them? Munufie. Who they speak truth? Munufie Politics. As I no go work again, from Accra to Kumasi, Tamale to Cape Coast. People they watch, people they ask, leaders must answer, promises must show. Ghana yanara asaseni, make the truth flow. Munufie Politics, Jericho no quarter. Munufie Politics, voice of the people. The people they talk, Ghana must rise. No fear, no silence, we go speak up. Munufie, Munufie. Politics for the people. Munufie Politics. Ghana must rise.
Mama kuti ukuti. Amma jo Mahama kuti. Jo Mahama dia Ghana karni hali. Kasi simize ahwalbu, ka dances ahwalbu, doors ahwalbu. Oi kamango ahwalbu. Ma jo Mahama de miya. Ko mwampu ya juma wahalankwa. Oi jo Mahama ntiti yalle. Jo Mahama kinswa da tanswa yira ku wala katapi kinswa tananzambu ambu atasamawa. Ma jo Mahama. Oi John kuti. Ma
yeah. Yeah.